Hey guys, JesterArke here, and we're back in TerraTech. I don't know if you can notice or not, but I'm even scratchier than normal. This head cold has taken a bit of a turn. Anyway, as you can see, we've expanded the frontal area of the base. We're going to sort of ramp up our refining system a bit. You can see I'm putting a gap in between the scrappers. The reason for that is I kept having... after I'd scrap an item, I kept having blocks getting stuck under the scrappers or in between the scrapper and other blocks. So I'm going to put a space in between just to sort of see if it prevents it happening, I guess, really. So, and anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to have a single looped conveyor that deals specifically with scrapping blocks and another conveyor that will deal with refining them. So you can see I've put a little gateway in there, and I'm allowing any raw resources to go through. Put all these in place around it. You can see I'm low on funds as well. Cost me a fair bit to expand that frontal area of the base. Also had an incident where one of the techs that was roaming around got a bit too close and decided it would like to attack me and my base. So I had to repair and replace, and wasn't a pleasant time all around because the shield on my vehicle was flat, and or batteries I should say on my vehicle were flat. Anyway, we want to make sure we can get a lot of resources all refined at once. I kept grabbing the wrong block out for some reason. Anyway, so I'm going to put all these refineries in place, including the few that I've got sort of sitting off to the side. Yoink. What else has happened? Nothing overly interesting as yet. Yeah, no, nothing really. This is sort of the first thing I've thought to do. This is a work day for me, so I've sort of come home and just gotten straight into it. There we go, all the refineries are in place. For this process to work, we're going to be relying fairly heavily on the little gate conveyor doodads. Put a few more scrappers in. Probably won't need this many over here, but why not? Got all this space, I might as well take advantage of it. Oh look, there's a stream. Okay. I'm hoping the background fan noise isn't going to be too bad. Again, still really hot weather here, so meh. There we go, so that's going to allow refined resources to come out of both of these gates. Nothing else will pass through them, and nothing will pass through them unless it's been refined. So, and what we're going to do as well, instead of setting up a separate power plant, we're just going to put the generators along the side, as you can see. What they'll do is any of the carbide or hoozy oil that comes through, if there's a spare generator, it'll grab it. I'm going to put this at the end just for now. You can see I'm sort of running out of money. A bit of a load up happening here. I had forgotten that I didn't put the receivers in place, but oops. Yoink. Now, once again, I'm going to try and set these up so that they're sharing a single pool of plumbite. Now, in total, there are at least 6 different alloys, which means we need 6 different inputs coming in. On top of the plumbite. plumb bite, obviously. Now we have seen a couple of them already. The plumbia ingots. The plumbia and titania to make terraria. Plumbia and rhodius will give us fulminia. Plumbia and iridium will give us bosnia, or bosonia. Plumbia and ignean will give us fundaria. Plumbia and oleus will give us thermia. And plumbia and celestian will give us penia. So, once again, they'll be sharing the plumbia, and then we'll set it up so that each of the foundries will take 3 different components. So each one will specialize in 3 completely different alloys. Assuming it all works. Yeah. Now, one thing you'll find as well, and I'll show you this later towards the end of the episode, if you do find yourself running out of plumbia, it's really easy to get more. It's sort of a bit of a taking advantage of the game a little bit, but it works. Gotta spend a bit of money to make a bit of money sometimes. Yoink, yoink. Let's get some more of this offloaded and get some more money happening. I'm going to zip out. Well, there you go. Yeah, just zipped out, decided to go collect a few more things and make a bit more money. As you can see, I've bought a few more conveyors and a few more bits and pieces. I kept grabbing those bottom blocks. Yeah. Yep, little clippy thing happening there. Don't mind my computer. It's being a tool. Anyway, here we go. We're going to set up the inputs. Yeah, I'll change that around. I don't want to have the conveyors getting too confusing. So trying to keep them all, fairly straightforward. Okay. According to my watch, it is almost time for me to get ready for work. Ugh. Not keen. Okay, there we go. Let's get some of this plumbia that I've got stored where I need it. I was going to move it all manually by hand and then realised that would be silly of me. And entirely unnecessary. You can see I have increased the weapons a little bit on this vehicle, just put another row of guns along the sides. Once again, you don't tend to notice it so much when I've got it sped up, but I'm seeing massive frame rate drops now, which is a pity. No, you can notice them a bit. The goal with this little adventure is just to try and get a selection of the different items that can be turned into alloys. I want to try and get all the gates set up, just so I don't have to worry too much about it later. There is an ant on my pop shield. I really want to squish it, but it'll make it do weird things to my sound. Weirder than my voice is already doing. Okay. let's get some of the titanium refined so we can program the next gate. Whee. Ah, did it again. Yoink, yoink. Okay, so now all the titanium will filter through, as well as the iridium. Yeah, and there we go. So I've now got one cannon dealing specifically with alloys and another cannon that deals basically with everything else. All the refined goods that don't get turned into alloys. I got really confused at one point here because the iridium crystals were just going straight through. And then I realized it's because I didn't have it programmed properly. There's two green resources. I had thought I'd programmed the gate for one, but I hadn't. I programmed it for the other. You can see there it says Rhodius, not Iridium. Nope. There we go. Light bulb. There, now it's working. Time to go get more stuff. And I really think I need to jack the batteries up on this particular vehicle. Might change the back end system as well. As much as I didn't overly want to, at the rate this thing chews through power, I may end up setting up a sort of fuel system on it. On the same note, I also may end up just scrapping it and starting again. It's the umpteenth time. Now, for the Celestine, that's the one resource that I don't really have access to in any of this area. I'm going to have to head out to the Salt Plains. The sort of the larger crystal, blue crystal spires. Stuck on stuff. I'll put a row of those drills all the way across the front as well. Although that in itself may also cause me more drama than it could be worth. I don't know. I'm going to end up redesigning it to a large extent. There we go. Really need to figure out what I can sort of tweak on my... There we go. They're stuck in a ditch. Got to figure out what I can tweak on my end to stop the... or just to fix the frame rate up a bit. Without it sort of looking too horrible for you guys. Yoink. Problem with a larger vehicle like this too, especially with the fact that I haven't got it very well set out, it gets stuck on all sorts of things. Wonder I might maybe try and move all the wheels to the inside only. I don't know. I'll figure something out anyway. I usually do. I hate cabs. Seriously, hate cabs. And there goes my shield. I didn't have all the wireless battery doobies set up properly, and just dramas. Have had incidents before where vehicles have died under me. It actually happened with my last vehicle. It's one of the reasons I scrapped it. I had a vehicle get blown up under me, or the final explosion was underneath the vehicle, and it blew up most of my actually most of the conveyor system that was inside was where I had the problem. As you can see, we're running out of plumbite. Program that to take the oleus, and it's not moving. Yeah, one problem with using the silos, as I have, I'll remedy it in just a moment, is that if you've got stuff on a silo next to another silo, it won't move across until the first silo is full, if that makes sense. I think it does. Just for a bit of a giggle, I actually had these two vehicles back to back, or back to front, anyway, a bit further away from the base, and just had this infinite loop of items swapping back and forwards. I don't know why, I found it amusing. Could have been something to do with the many hours of work on no sleep. Sleep being something I still haven't had a great deal of yet. Sorry guys. Okay, finally got some plumbia building up, but it's not really doing much of anything. Let's get the battery charging set up properly. Well, not so much properly as better, at least. And close out, there we go. Okay, once again, I'm going to try and speed this up, more for the sake of sort of the recording than anything else. There we go. Radar on the on the tower. So we're going to take out. Apparently, we're going to take out a middle block again. We'll get rid of that silo. Yoink, 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 yoink. So yoink. Thank you. There we go. Just to speed things up a little bit. Means we won't be able to store as much, but considering the size of this system, that should be sufficient. I really should go and take out that tank soon too. And we're out of plumbia. Plumbia, where far out there, plumbia? Whee! As I said, 6 different items besides the plumbia that go into the alloys. We're off to get number 5. And a few things on the way. I really need to put a radar on this little guy too. There we go. Got ourselves some ignium. Run away! And of course we're dropping stuff. Yoink. Whee! Yeah, need to redesign him. There's just too many spots that I'm not doing it, like not firing, and yeah. Well, he's out of weapons. What was I doing? Focus. Okay, you can see I did find a little bit of a hiccup on this part of the system because we were getting blocks stuck in the refining side. That's not really going to work very well. Yoink, yoink. Okay, and to deal with the lack of plumb bite, there we go. A single 1 GSO block gives us 2 plumb bite by memory. Well, it'll give us the unrefined stuff. There we go. I'm going to spin this gate around, the little filter. And allow through blocks, just so any blocks that get stuck on the wrong side of the conveyor can move across to the scrappers. Well, anyway, guys, that's all we've got time for today. This is JesterArke. This is TerraTech. Please remember to hit those buttons of appreciation down the bottom, and we'll see you next time.